Real Salt Lake back at training here at America First Field, coming off Saturday night's controversial 2-1 loss in the 97th minute against Sporting Kansas City.
I think that we have to focus on the positives, focus on the fact that our guys again worked extremely hard under a lot of duress, a lot of difficult circumstances with that match. Just the opponent was incredibly good, incredibly physical. Decisions were going against us. An ejection, we're down a man for like 30 minutes again. And the guys fought through all of that, and it comes down to the last kick. So you can make a choice there. You can focus on that last kick, in which we need to at least pay attention to it and talk about it, because we didn't do well enough defending the throw-in or the corner kick that led to the goals. So we need to own up for that. But then we need to move on and say that we put a lot into that, and I'm still proud of what the guys are doing right now.
Anything could happen in any given game. We go down a guy, obviously, up 1-0, and the game quickly turns within seconds, giving up the first set piece, and then literally seconds before the final whistle. I think if we walk out of there with a point, we probably feel okay on the night, and give up a late goal in the set piece to lose the game. So I just think, especially that kind of ending a good long winning streak, or, not losing many games the past few months, it just goes to show that you have to keep doing the small things to pick up points and to pick up results. And, even down a man in that game, we shouldn't give up those two set piece goals. We have to get something from that game. And so, we can't feel sorry for ourselves. We just need to move on from it.
We went on a run, and we were hoping that, we probably would keep it going until MLS Cup, but, maybe it's just a wake-up call, to say, hey, lose one game and get the team hungry again. That was a really big game, and I'm sure all the guys, they were up for it. Unfortunately, some stuff went against us. We went down to 10 men, and it made it twice as hard, because playing against a team like Sporting Kansas City, with 11v11, it's hard. So when you're down to 10v11, it's going to be even twice as hard. But we battled, we fought hard for Chris. And we held our own until the 97th minute. Unfortunately, they snuck one in. And that's just the way the game is. I'm sure a lot of people think it was a great game, for the league. But for us, it was unfortunate to lose a point right there.
Next up for Real Salt Lake, a trip back east to take on third place in the Eastern Conference, New York Red Bull, who coming off a 0-0 draw against Toronto FC.
Individually very good players, collectively a group that's very smart soccer players. You add Johnny Steele and Eric Alexander into that mix, and Dax McCarty. You've got a lot of very smart, experienced soccer players that know how to get at you and break things down. So it's going to take a massive, massive effort for us to get a result in New York, and we're quite capable of it, but we're going to have to give it everything we got.
Obviously, Thierry Henry, he's won a lot of championship in Europe. Espindola, he's been great here. Olave, Cahill, they're all great players. But for me personally, those are the games I live for. As a soccer player, you live to play the big games. You live to play against the big players. To try and prove yourself, to say, hey, I actually belong here. So first and foremost, you have to have a good game per individually, and then you try to put it into a team perspective, try and make that good work, generate through the other guys, and hopefully everyone could gravitate through your hard work, and it would give us a good team effort. But as I said, those are the games that we live for, play against the big players to really prove yourself and see where you're at.
Well, he's a great player, obviously. He's played for some big-time teams, some great leagues, and so I think he gives them just a calm presence, a good professional player in the middle of the park that works on both sides of the ball for them. And so he's a guy without question that we have to be very aware of. And they have a couple other guys as well. And so I think he's a guy that's, since he's came in, has given them more stability in the midfield, more so somebody to lean on a little bit to carry the load for them, and I think he's done that.
Thierry Henry, I think he's the catalyst. I think every time he's able to find the ball, he's moving defenders around and creating space for other players to run through it. So, we really have to be mindful of him and make sure that he doesn't get a lot of touches in the ball. Tim Cahill, great in the air, fantastic worker. I've been very impressed with him this year. And Fabian, man, he when he's on his A game, he's, I think, one of the best strikers in this league. So it's not going to be an easy weekend for us.
Watch RSL take on New York July 27th at 5 o'clock on ABC4 Utah.